1 week ago tonight, we were showing you these heartbreaking images of dogs being rescued and reunited with their scared owners, while other people learned their pets died in a flood. We're learning more right now about the effort to save them, which many people feel was unnecessarily delayed. Good evening, I'm Leslie Foster, and district officials are releasing some new details about that timeline between when the first 911 calls came in and when rescuers arrived at District Dogs to save the dogs and the business's workers from the flooding. Rafael Sanchez Cruz joins us now live from the Wilson building, where he just spoke with emergency leaders. Rafa, have they filled in this time frame from us? What do we learn?
We have a time frame now, Leslie. We got that timeline that we were expecting, but here are the transcript of those 911 calls that were made. I remember last Thursday we were told that they were waiting for those radio calls to piece together what happened. We didn't get those radio calls tonight, and if we were expecting any kind of admission of mistake as to the response, we also did not get that tonight. So we just came out about 20 minutes ago. I don't want to walk you through what happened. Like I said, there was no admission of any mistakes that were made by the director of the Office of Unified Communications, Heather McGaffin. She said dispatchers misspoke and that they did not convey the urgency of what was happening inside of District Dogs. Now, during the initial call that came in at 5:06, the manager of the business called in from Montgomery County, and she was watching everything that was happening inside the business through a camera. And she said, and I quote, "It's flooding horribly. The walls gave out," end quote. It wasn't until 5:20, 14 minutes later, that first responders knew there were people trapped inside of District Dogs with pets. Now at 5:22, the emergency was dispatched to fire and EMS, and finally, 23 minutes later after that initial call, rescuers were able to go inside. In a closed-door meeting, Director McGaffin and DC Fire and EMS Chief John Donnelly admitted that the dispatcher did not elevate the gravity of that call, but when asked if Director McGaffin would accept any mistakes, this is what she responded.
What I am saying is we could have done things differently. This was an unprecedented event. And so now, as we look at what we could have done differently, we are making changes. There was no policy or protocol at that time for those people to do the things that we're talking about doing now. Because it took all of us sitting down.
Reading the CAD report in its entirety, of course there are policies. No.
Okay, thank you, Director.
Thank you.
And you heard it there. She was saying that there was no code given that would allow to show the gravity of what was going on. Basically, what they're saying is the call went in as a flood, but was not able to really detail that there were people trapped inside. So what's going to happen next? They're saying they're going to classify these kinds of cases as when a building collapses. Therefore, first responders can get there on time. Now, the fire chief was clear that he said he wished his first responders had more time to respond. But she said that the people that were making those calls, the dispatchers, did misspeak. And when we asked her if that person was going to face any kind of consequence, she said that she could not comment on it, and that person that misspoke and did not elevate the gravity of this call is still taking 911 calls today. When asked why she wasn't being transparent about the process of how this person would be accountable, she refused to answer and said she had mechanisms in place to hold the person accountable. What those are, she didn't want to go on the record. I'm live at the Wilson building. I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz. Leslie, back to you.
I have to say, Rafa, we have a timeline here, but there are still so many questions, and the city did not really answer these questions in a way that I'd imagine these folks who lost their loved ones could appreciate or really understand. They've got some work to do. All right, Rafa, thank you.
Exactly.